Hello, everyone. Let's try this again. I had to shut down Zoom and go back in to change the settings. They've got a new setting, auto frame, so that you're always in the middle of your frame. And it's like shifting me all about the screen. So, I didn't turn this on to talk to you about that in my, I think, eighth video exclusive for September of 2025. I don't know if you can hear it on in the background. I have on Newsmax. It looks like they're going to carry the Charlie Kirk Memorial all day. And I wanted to start by saying, I'll be lucky to get 60 at my heck. I'll be lucky to get half that, maybe even 30 at my memorial, right? Charlie Kirk is going to have 60,000 at his memorial. Whoa, mind blown. And I was hesitant to do this. What is this? Air quotes, right? I want to be careful because I know there's a bunch of people who rush to market a bunch of Charlie Cook. Oh, my apologies. Charlie Kirk books to market to exploit the situation. And I don't want to be accused of that. But at the same time, and ultimately why indeed I did hit record, I feel like I was moved to do something this year. And what is that? 3 books of my own. 2 that came out before Charlie's death, and 1 a short story, A Lasting Legacy, ? Literally just today is Sunday, July the 21st. Literally just dropped yesterday. In fact, the Kindle, a Nook version at Barnes and Noble, and the soft copy is at the Kindle and soft copy at Amazon, right? Nook, Barnes and Noble, but the hardcover version, I literally just before hitting record had to go back into Amazon and fix it because they were complaining. You got to change the cover text to make sure none of it doesn't blend in with the background, yada, 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 yada. So that isn't even out yet. It won't be available till tomorrow. But I say, and I'm talking about these not to exploit, the third book that did come out after Charlie's death and has legacy in the title was planned before Charlie's death. So I'm not here trying to exploit the death. I didn't rush that third book out this year because of Charlie. I could have named the main character, who was Ryan, Charlie after Charlie, or I could have referenced Charlie in some way in the book. I didn't do that. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to be exploiting the situation or even be accused of exploiting the situation. But as I said in, I think, another exclusive video, the left wants us to be quiet. I won't be quiet. I can't be quiet. I can't be silent. I can't self-censor. Otherwise, that would be allowing the left to exploit the assassination. They wanted to silence Charlie. They want to silence us. They may have eliminated Charlie Kirk's body, but they exponentially elevated his voice. Now, I started off saying, I feel like God moved me this year. I feel like Jesus motivated, guided these hands on this very keyboard and putting these 3 books together this year. Again, 2, the Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, which came out in August. Came out in August. So No inkling of any of this then about life, living, love, loss, and legacy. I couldn't have just coincidentally came up with that idea and did that. I feel I was called. I feel like I was directed. I feel like I was moved. The second book, which was planned for and did come out before September 11th, the 24th remembrance of 9/11 this year, uh, Constitutionalist Politics 3, third in that series. I was motivated to get that out, third in the series, about being closer to Christianity, closer to Christ, being more Christ-like, understanding, right? And Charlie, in his death, is now moving more people than he was in life. So if you failed, you failed. You amplified what I been calling before this, Jesus Revolution 2 is well underway. In fact, at beforeitsnews.com, I have a piece, Jesus Revolution 2 well underway. Joseph M. Leonard at beforeitsnews.com. You'll be able to see that. I'll try to remember to put the link to my articles here. So I felt called before all of this. So I'm not doing this ex post facto. I'm not jumping on a Charlie Kirk bandwagon to exploit the situation. Those two came out before all of this. The third one, a short story, A Lasting Legacy, was thought of before the assassination, indeed coming out literally just yesterday. Again, the hardcover probably not going to be up until tomorrow or Tuesday, waiting on Amazon to reapprove it again. The interior's fine. They had trouble with color on the cover, that some of the text on the back of the book may have been lost into the background. But indeed, again, like Kennedy, like CTP3, life, living, love, loss, legacy. It's right in the title, a short story, A Lasting Legacy. Again, it's like I didn't pick that title. That title was given to me, and it was planned before Charlie's assassination. That's why I say I feel like I was moved to do these things for this place, this time, and the churches. I said it the day of Charlie's death, that weekend, the churches would be more full than likes that we hadn't seen since the weekend following 9/11. And be it anecdotal, but all reports are, indeed, the churches were packed. People are coming to Christ now. I pray that my 3 books are also, as Christian books, part of this Jesus Revolution 2 that I've said is well underway. And we're seeing it. Will they continue to go to church? And are they going to a real Jesus-centric church, as opposed to what Dennis Quaid calls churchianity, where it may be a building with a steeple on it, but it's really just a humanist club. And they're not teaching and preaching the whole Bible, what this show is about, the whole Bible in full context, not just the kumbaya Jesus, but the tough love parts. The parts that a little icky and sticky, and do I really got to deal with all this, tough love stuff? Yes, you do. You got to take the good with the bad, the Old and the New Testament together in context, combined, the full thing. So, to wrap it up, to summarize, I apologize if it seems like I'm trying to exploit. I've got to explain again, the left wants us silent. So, no, I'm not going to be. And the 3 books I have out this year, one in August, The Book of Kennedy, Project Carpe Diem, Constitutionalist Politics 3, came out before the August and before 9/11. And the third was already planned and underway when the Kirk assassination occurred. So I feel I was moved to be on board and in place for this Jesus Revolution 2 that I coined it as, to move along, whether what happened to Charlie or not. So I'm not here to exploit. I'm here to be part of the Jesus Revolution 2. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. I'm going to stop this. I've got a few edits to do, and then I will be watching the Charlie Kirk Memorial the rest of the day. Again, I'll be lucky to have 60 at best, and he's packing 60,000 to talk about legacy. And that's what, the Book of Kennedy and a short story, A Lasting Legacy, especially as fiction, Constitutionalist Politics 3, nonfiction, Christ-centric, about in correlation and corresponding with the show, elements and themes from this show, but all relate, especially the 2 fiction about life, living, love, loss, legacy. I couldn't have timed it this way without being directed. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. Thank you for having tuned in for Constitutionalist Politics Show. If you haven't already, please check out my primary internationally available book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you. Available anywhere books are sold. If you have locally run bookstores still near you, they can order it for you. And let me remind, over time, the fancy high production items will come. But for now, for starters, it's just you as a very appreciated listener by me. All substance, no fluff, just straight to key discussion points. A show that looks at a variety of topics, mostly politics, through a Christian U.S. constitutionalist lens. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Take care. God bless. Like and subscribe to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.
Stand up for what is right. Loves God and shares his message every day and night. Believes in freedom and making his voice heard. Shout his message over all the earth. God loves you for all you do. Stand strong and God bless you.
In the heart of Wyandotte, he rose from the ashes with a voice like thunder that no one can clash with. Born in the summer of '62, a warrior spirit strong and true, with a pen as his sword and ideas ablaze. In the battle for truth, he's setting the stage. Joseph Leonard, hear the call of the brave, fighting for liberty, our rights to save. From the shadows of doubt, he's lighting the way. With honor and integrity, he'll never sway. In the realm of fiction, Constitution, he weaves his art, a political thriller that tears you apart. Terror strikes echo, a warning to heed. In a world of chaos, he plants the seed. Cancer came knocking, but he stood tall, a survivor spirit ready to fall. Joseph Lenard, hear the call of the brave, fighting for liberty, our rights to save. From the shadows of doubt, he's lying away. With honor and integrity, you'll never sway. Oh, the podcasts are rolling, his voice rings clear. In a symphony of truth we gather near. Defending the Constitution, he leads the crowd. In the name of freedom, he stands proud. So raise up your voice, let this anthem ignite. For Joseph Lenard, let's stand and unite.
Like and subscribe to Constitutionalist Politics Podcast and share episodes. We need your help.